Hi guys, Dave here from Wolf in the Wild Survival with another episode of Trailer Trash Tuesdays. So this is episode 3. I have been living in the trailer full time for 2 weeks. And I'd have to say probably the biggest nemesis that I have living in this trailer so far is boredom. I do have, like a tablet and a phone and, battery packs and whatnot. Like I can watch like TV and whatnot, but I try not to use up too much of my phone's internet gigs, whatever. Sorry guys, I'm not a tech guy. I don't. But I get like 15 gigs of internet a month, and I might have to upgrade that because I'm on my last day of my internet package, and I've used up all of my gigs. Like I'm right on the cusp of going over. Now, that wouldn't be too bad if I have been living in the trailer for a full month and I used up all those gigs. But I've been living in the trailer 2 weeks and I've used up 15 gigs. So, yeah, it might need an upgrade or just, don't stream so much. So boredom, yeah. Boredom is probably my biggest thing that I need to combat. I touched on, I think it was the last episode, I touched on the fact that I bought a fan. But I didn't actually show it to you guys. So just to recap, bought it off of Amazon. It was around $50, I think. And it's got... Can you see that there's a light on? Well, now that all the lights are on. Which is telling me that I have a full battery charge. So, 2, 3, 4. Can you see the lights? Hopefully. Off. And then there's a light as well. 3 bright levels. Pretty handy. Plus, like I say, it gets kind of hot in the trailer and you need to move some air around, and that's really like the main purpose. I don't really use the light really at all. But, man, what I wanted to show is it's got a hook for hanging it. I hang it on my curtain rod, and behind me where I sleep, if I have to, I just sort of angle it to point down at me, and it blows the air from the outside right across my body as I'm lying in bed. Super handy. So if you guys if you have curtain rods, get one with a little hanger on it. Makes it just awesome. So, just wanted to show that to you guys real quick. Yeah, I'm gonna have to move the camera around to show you the other stuff. So right now I have the camera pointing up at the ceiling, and right here is a battery-operated light that I have. I tried to stick it to the ceiling with some 2-way tape, and probably because of how hot it gets in here, they kept falling off. So I used the awl on my Victorinox knife, and I just kind of drilled a hole through the base and screwed it. I took one of the screws that's already in the ceiling out. I screwed it back into place with the base on, and now it just pops off. Oh. Takes 3 AAA batteries, and there is a little remote control which will turn it on and off. There's also a bright mode and a dim mode. And then there's a whole bunch of different colors for, I don't know, whatever. There's also you can probably see that there's a 4-hour and an 8-hour button. There we go. 4 and 8 hours. So you can set a timer. So if you fall asleep, it just automatically turns itself off and goes way out. I have one of these remotes over at my bed and right by my door when I first come in. These remotes are pretty much universal for all these lights. It really doesn't matter. You buy one of these, it's the same frequency. I got them at Dollarama. I bought a whole bunch of them. I'm using 3 right now. The other ones I gave away with the remotes and whatever. But it doesn't matter because universal for these lights, the remotes just work. So what I did is I took some hook and loop, sticky, kind of whatever, and I just put like the part of it on the wall, part of it on the back of the thing there, and I just Velcro it right to the wall at the door and at my bed. So, all told, out of the ones in the main area, I get about a week out of the batteries. The one in the bathroom is still going strong. I mean, who knows? But I mean, I don't use the bathroom light near as much as I use the 2 out in the main living area. So, I could get a month, maybe even 2 out of that. I did, off of Amazon, order some rechargeable batteries and a charger that just, like, you can plug it into, like, whatever with, like, the USB thing. So it's it charges like 8 at a time, and right now I've got 3 lights in here, so that's 9 batteries. And like I say, the ones in the bathroom, I mean, they're still going strong. I have no idea how long they'll last. So really, I probably need to charge up 6 every week. So an 8-way charger really isn't all that bad. For my closet, I would kind of like to put one of these lights in the closet, and I don't know, maybe like a backup one over, like, under my bed somewhere or whatever. Just, I don't know, but I mean, really, it's not necessary. I get by pretty good on the 3 that I have, but one in the closet would definitely be handy. I also, like, I use my my headlamp a fair bit as well when I'm looking for something in the closet. So, really, it's not all that bad. As for any other improvements that I've made, not really that much so far. I mean, I really got to get some propane tanks and get them hooked up so that I can use the stove. But with how warm it gets in here, I've been kind of putting that off because I'll have, like, pilot lights lit, and obviously, that'll add some amount of heat. And I'm not sure about that vent up here, like how well that vents, to be honest, because it really doesn't look like it has that much airflow coming through it. I don't know. It's kind of weird. I don't know. Maybe at some point I'll show you what I mean if I can get up there and, like, actually have a closer look. The cupboards like up here that I was using for like storage, utility, whatever. I found that I didn't need a lot of that stuff in here. Most of it ended up going into storage, and now this whole thing is full of food. And I had some MREs up here as well, which are now in where my linens and whatnot go. Because, I mean, I don't want to eat up all the MREs. I want to have them just in case. Because, I mean, they'll last like 5 years. So, the daily consumption type food is... There's a bunch up in here. There's a bunch where I showed you before. And I have a drawer just for, like, noodles and soup and bouillon and, kind of whatever. So, it definitely gives me enough space now for at least 2 weeks worth of food while I'm living in here, and I'll go shopping every 2 weeks. I bought a case of water, threw it in a friend of mine's freezer. So for my cooler here, and the fridge, eventually I'm going to load up the cooler. I'm going to have some frozen water bottles in each thing, and I'll put some stuff in the fridge next time I go shopping to keep cold, kind of whatever. Drinks will go in the cooler, and then the cooler over here is basically just for ice. So, is what it is. The water bottles will help keep everything cool, but, as they melt and need to be replaced, I've got drinking water, which is great. When I'm done with that, I can just refill them at my friend's place and throw them back in the freezer. And when they're frozen, put them back in the cooler. So I'm always cycling water bottles from frozen to fresh to whatever. And I bought 2 5-gallon jugs specifically meant for holding water, and they've got like the little taps on them or whatever. And they're stored in the bathroom, under the vanity. The 2 great big buckets that I had, they were just eating up too much space, and they didn't fit where those 5-gallon jugs do, because they were like 10-gallon buckets. It was handy having that much water, but with the limited amount of space, I had one in the bathroom, and I had one under this table, and they were just taking up too much real estate. There's some 2 or 2.5-gallon jugs that they have at the hardware store where I bought them that I might get one of those as well. But the 2 5-gallon, I can go over to friends and I can fill them up whenever. So, they're handy. I don't need those great big buckets. Okay, as for power, I haven't started getting batteries or solar panels yet. That is hopefully going to be soon. So I'm still using my booster pack, which does okay. I mean, I probably have to charge it twice a week. I am going to get another good battery pack as well, and the solar panels will help keep that good battery pack charged. And this one has 3 USB ports. Doesn't have doesn't have anything else. It's got a compressor, it's got a light on it, which is right there, the light. And I'm also using the battery packs from my camp pack. As well as a battery pack that I normally keep in my body armor for work. So, yeah, I work 12-hour shifts, 4 days a week. I just take the battery pack into work with me for the most part. Charge it while I'm working. Works just fine. eventually this trailer will be like fully equipped solar panels. What do you call those batteries? The deep cycle batteries. It will be, for the most part, mostly self-sufficient. So hopefully in the next couple of weeks we'll get the solar system started. But until then, I'm still using battery packs. And, batteries for the lights and whatever. Not a big deal. Not a big deal at all. That's all the improvements I've made. And, other than that, the whole boredom thing, it's nice. It's really not bad at all. Mind you, it is summertime. I'm in Canada. I don't think I can live in this thing in the wintertime, so, it is what it is. But I'm kind of liking it, to be honest. I don't have rent. I don't have bills. All I just, buy things that I want to fix up my trailer. And I'm kind of enjoying myself. I'm still parked in a parking lot for an old abandoned, or not abandoned. It's an old building that, they're not really using anymore. Similar to where I first had it parked. It was an empty building. It used to be a call center. Since COVID, it's been empty. They don't use it, kind of whatever. But it was out in the blazing sun during a heat wave. Oh, it was just horrid. It was horrible. It was so hot. And I didn't have that fan at the time. There's this place here, I believe, used to be a Bradford Exchange, and it's pretty much empty, as well. They don't have any future plans for it, near as I could tell. There's a for lease sign up in the front. Nobody seems to care that I'm here. They've seen me. They've also seen me come and go in a security uniform with body armor on, so maybe they think, hey, this guy being around isn't a horrible thing. He's just sort of extra security for the area. So they haven't even talked to me. They left me right alone. And there's my duty belt. And here is my body armor. That's the back. I don't know if I should show the front because of my company emblem on it. I don't think they would mind, but you never know. Let me just... There. So, I have body cam, my flashlight, this is a bunch of first aid stuff that if I start pulling it out, it's going to be a pain to get back in. But this is my ouch pouch, and this is my communications. My phone goes in there when I'm going, and I have a good battery pack in here so that my phone always has the ability to maintain a charge, because you never know, some places the phone's always working to find a signal. It loses charge faster. So I have a battery pack in there as well, fully charged. Handcuff key, my pen. So, when they see me coming in here dressed in this, I'm sure they're not that concerned about my presence. My company logo and my badge number. Yeah, nothing really all that interesting on here, to be honest. Just my pouches. I got my my key holder, my handcuffs, a medical glove pouch, like my multi-tool and my whatever. So, I'm looking like somewhat professional and official when I roll in and out of here. on my way to and from work. And anybody in the area who sees me, whether, you know, it be, I don't know, a maintenance crew or, I don't know, whoever it is that might come in here, because I see the odd car every once in a while. They don't seem to mind. And hopefully, you know, they won't mind for a while, and I can just hang out here because it's a nice place. I'm in nice shade. It's relatively quiet. I mean, there's train tracks just outside over here, not too far away. That's a bit of a drag, but, you know, it's not that bad. They're not that busy. So, I think that's pretty much that for episode 3 of Trailer Trash Tuesdays. Hopefully next week I'll have a little bit more to show off, or a little bit more to say about the whole trailer life thing. But it's still fairly new to me, and I'm still really enjoying myself. And, you know, as I drive around here and there, I look at different areas and, oh, maybe I could park the trailer there for a day or two and go fishing in the river over here or whatever. It's so awesome to have that kind of freedom. It's just, it's great, you know. And I mean, like, I work 12-hour shifts, so I only work like 4 days a week. I have a long weekend every single weekend. It's great. And pretty soon I'll be taking this trailer up to Muskoka, where I'm originally from, and, you know, do a little camp out, maybe with my kids and whatnot, and really enjoy having the mobility and the freedom. So we'll try to get some video on that too, especially the fishing. Hopefully you guys like fishing videos. So we'll see you guys in the next video. Until then, stay wild.